His name is on the back as you leave.
My name is Noah Dixon. I'm standing on behalf of Tom Knox, First Fork High School, Region 5.
Bill McCall, St. John's Christian, Region 1, 8-man Coach of the Year.
Anthony Sterling, Chester High School, Region 3, 3A.
Tim Redbro, Sauk City High School, Region 7, 3A.
Jeff Calabrese, Hartsville High School, Region 6, 3A.
Don Frost, Christ Church, Division 2, 1A.
John Phillip, W.W. King Academy, Region 2A.
Brian Neal, McCormick High School, Region 1, 1A. Lynn Fleming, Chesney High School, Region 1, 2A.
Marion Brown, Baptist Hill High School, Region 6A.
Demetrius Davis, Fairfield Central High School, Region 3, 2A.
Andy Robinson, Daniel High School, Region 1, 3A. Danny Nichols, Abbeville High School, Region 2, 2A.
Louis Lineberger, Johnsonville High School, Region 8A.
Ken Ray, the assistant head coach at Greenwood High School, and I'm here to accept Region 1 4A on behalf of Gene Cathcart.
Micah Kurtz, Assistant Coach AC Flora, accepting for Dean Howell, Region 4, 3A.
Jonathan Mark, Bible Baptist, Region 1A, Skeezer.
Tommy Lewis, Hilton Christian Academy, Skeezer, Region 2, 2A.
Taking this on behalf of Coach Craig, 2A.
Let's give our Region Coaches of the Year a big hand. There's North Carolina student athletes. We think it's important to honor Region Coaches of the Year. I really only have one request. If ever in the program, come on down, guys, the statewide group. The statewide Sacramento High School League players, many of you are juniors because you constitute the best recruiting class, I think, in state history that's now being evaluated, the 2014 group, a lot of outstanding players. Come on, group, please present yourself. And please tell us when you're going to college if you're a senior. Thank you.
My name is Trevor Burns. I'm from Clinton High School. I just signed with Charleston Southern. And hip hip.
My name's Alex Brown from Whitenow High School, and I just signed with the Naval Academy.
Bishop Painter, Hartsville High School, state champs.
I'm Jordan Berry. I'm going to receive at Dutchport, and I signed at Wingate University.
I'm Daniel Darling, from Greenwood High School, and just signed with Air Force.
Jay Whitley, North Augusta High School.
Kenya People, Lamar High School, San Francisco College.
Quez Neff, High School.
Banquet, Coach Atlas, Chesney High School.
Omar McCray, played for Bushby High School.
Barry Henry, Strawberry High School. Eric Dalton, Newberry High School.
Austin McKinney, I signed with Newberry, Tilton High School.
Andre Stoddard, St. Joseph's Catholic School.
DJ Park, Dillon High School, Carolina Road, University of South Carolina. Christ Church Episcopal School.
Andrew Baker, Central High School.
Marquise Weber, Lebanon High School.
And let's give the statewide all-state group a big hand. Skeeza, 8-man football. All right. We're going to have a scrimmage with the 8-man and the all-state statewide team out front. Okay, come on, guys, come on down. Hard-working young men, the Skeeza 8-man group. Come on down to Mr. Cameron's. Okay, with the Skeeza 8-man statewide all-state group and the Skeeza 8-man, please present yourself. Silence in the room, please. Silence in the room.
Jacob Banquet from Woodlawn Academy, state champions.
Dale Morris, Warlaw Academy, state champions.
Rashay Bay, junior at St. John's Christian Academy. I'm a junior.
Damian Herder, St. John's Christian Academy, junior.
Please present yourself.
Dan Glover, senior, St. John's Christian Academy.
Shine Body, senior, King Academy.
There.
Alex Berry, sophomore, WW King.
Stephen Gray, senior, King Academy.
Kate Abrams, Graywood Christian School.
Tommy Green, senior, Clarion Hall Academy.
Christian Rogers, sophomore, Cathedral Academy.
Trace Varela, senior, Cathedral Academy.
Trey Kiesler, senior, First Baptist High School. Carter Joy, senior at the Carolina Academy. Greg Beckham, the Carolina Academy, junior.
Let's give the Skeeza 8-man all-state team a big round of applause. Okay. At this time, I would like for for LA and Donna Robinson to please walk down. And we cannot move the camera, so you have to walk down to James Cammons. We're going to present the Skeeza most valuable players, and I'll tell you about the award. The Robinson family is here on behalf of their son, who was killed in a freak accident on I-95 where he was parked in traffic, innocently parked in traffic during a wreck, and basically was rear-ended by another vehicle and unfortunately died. Lonnie played at Clarendon Hall and played at Clemson University, was an outstanding football player. And when I first came to Clarendon Hall in 1991, it was Mr. Robinson who pointed me around the community. And I have been a family friend of the Robinsons for a long, long time. And I was very upset to hear that Lonnie was an outstanding player at Clarendon Hall walked on at Clemson and earned a scholarship before he left you in Clemson. So I remind people, you never know when it's your moment. So, live each day to the fullest, live each day right, live by the golden rule. I try to live by the golden rule. I do. I sin, everybody in this room sins, but I do try to treat others as I want to be treated. So, on behalf of the Robinson family, I want to introduce two outstanding recipients of this award, and I want their families to come down and stand with them. And I want the photographer to walk over here, since the cameraman can't move. His camera is still. Okay. And I'd like the Tootin family and the Callahan family to hurry on down here. And I'd like for Chris Callahan and J.D. Tootin to go down, because these are what I believe to be two outstanding SCISA athletes. So the families of the two young men that are asked to come down. And I'll tell you this, Chris Callahan has signed a baseball scholarship to the Citadel. Any Citadel fans in town? He's a pitcher. And he plays at Westford Academy, 4-year starter, unbelievable numbers, threw and rushed for almost 6,000 yards. And the guttiest player of all time is J.D. Tootin, the quarterback at Thomas Hayward, thrown in the fire by his own father when he was a freshman. A little kid got in there, took his lumps, took his bumps, played really well for a freshman. And James, I want each player to say something real quick, J.D. Tootin first, about what football's meant to you and about your future, J.D.
It's meant a lot. Playing for Thomas Hayward has been a lot for me. SCISA taught me a lot. It's not the best players, but everybody plays hard, so that's fun. And I'm committed to play at Berry College. It's a D3 school in Rome, Georgia, so I'm excited about that.
I'm 4 years in high school, and I really appreciate everybody who's been with me through my experience in high school, and I'm really excited about going to play baseball in college.
And real quickly, I would like for Donna Robinson to say something real quick on behalf of the Robinson family, if you don't mind.
I always fall apart. Thank you.
If you can. Okay.
It is our pleasure to present both of these boys in memory of our son. He loved football, he loved God, he loved his church, and he loved his family. And we appreciate y'all being here and wish you the very best. This is bittersweet, but a blessing, and we thank you for doing this.
Thank you very much. I end up in Hartsville, and I'm in the press box. The ultimate sacrifice that anyone can ever have in life, whether it's on the battlefield, whether it's anything, is to give your life doing something that you love to do. So Mr. Rouse is here tonight. If you come down to the front of the room, Ronald Rouse passed away that night doing something he loved to do, playing football. I had him with 6 tackles. Something told me to watch him. This is a strange story. I audited the kid. Really, I was trying to evaluate him as a player. I had him for 6 tackles. Now, you talk about a kid that thinks fast on his feet. He knows he has a problem, and he calls timeout. He calls timeout as he's passing out on the football field. Very quick-minded young man. So the Tommy Mangum Valor Award, and I'd like for Coach Calabrese to come up and talk a little bit about Ronald for just a minute, from Hartsville. Tommy Mangum Valor Award was a businessman in Pageland in the early 1990s who always told me to do right by kids. He lectured me every year. He said, Billy, just do right about kids. When we presented the first Tommy Mangum Valor Award in 1996, the man was dying of cancer in Pageland and did not die. Died at about the same time we were presenting the award. It literally became a memorial award during our banquet in 1996. And he told me, just do right do right about kids, fight for kids, stand up for kids. So we're standing up for big number 74 right now for the Hartsville Red Foxes, who died. He died full speed. The young man was going hard when I was watching him. So, Jeff, if you could just tell us a little bit, who was number 74, Ronald Rouse, for the Hartsville Red Foxes? Undefeated season, they rallied around, the tragedy, and here's the Hartsville head coach.
Ronald was if you never saw him, he kind of looked like Mr. Park. He was about 6'3", about 315. And his heart was much bigger than that. Ronald was an outstanding member of our football team, was a 2-year all-conference, loved life, loved the Lord. It was funny because, Ronald, as many of you young people are, sometimes we're conflicted between right and wrong. And the great thing about Ronald is he could always cite a passage in the Bible when he made a mistake. He could always cite where his future was and where he was headed. But he loved the Lord, and I think that's very important, even though he struggled many times just like you all did. But he was a great player. It was actually, the Crestwood game was actually his best game he's played in 3 years. He's a tremendous young man and meant an awful lot to our football team.
Okay. Amen. And Mr. Rouse, share a word or two with us about your son, Ronald.
Thank you so much. I just want to say that, let you all know that my son, he was truly a blessing to me. He was truly a blessing from God. And there's so many things that came from this, and I just thank God that he has touched so many people's lives by what has happened. I am truly grateful, especially because that same night there were 7 young men from Crestwood who gave their life to Christ.
Yes.
God is truly a big God. And he is worthy of all of our praise. And I just, like there's so many good things that have come from this, because there's so much awareness has come from this. There's so many young people who are being thoroughly checked out right now. And I thoroughly encourage all of you parents, please, please, get your children thoroughly checked out. Because like I said, we don't know the day nor the hour that we're going to leave here. But we know that God is good. Amen. And we know that we want to be ready when God comes back for us. Because God doesn't make any mistakes. And he's too wise and he's too just. And I just give God the glory because for the time that he's given Ronald to me. Because Ronald has truly been a blessing to me. I would love to have Ronald here with me, but God needed him best. So I just ask you all to continue to keep me in your prayers and keep my family in your prayers, and pray that all of these young men will continue to be what God desires them to be.
Thank you, Mr. Rouse. Put yourself, Neil.
Christian Hart, senior, Wando High School.
Nolan Kelleher, junior, Wando High School.
Taylor Kimball, Wando High School, playing the sub next year. Jacob Park, junior, Stratford High School.
Matthew Coburn, sophomore running back, Dutchville High School, O State champion.
Sean Peace, Stratford High School, and going to Newberry College.
Wayne Acton, DB, sophomore, Dutchville High School.
Taylor Morrison, Stratford High School, junior.
Isaiah Benson, Burns High School, going to the Citadel, and I love you, Mom and Dad. Happy anniversary.
Red Pam Burns, junior, wide receiver, Burns High School.
Jamar Winston, Dutchford High School, defensive end. I'm going to UNC Charlotte.
Devon Anderson, junior, Somerville High School.
Please stop right there. Devon Anderson ran a 7.88 60-meter high hurdles at a national high-profile event 2 weeks ago. Arguably the fastest running back in high school football next year at Somerville High School. Give him a hand.
Max Curry, Somerville High School, linebacker.
Darren Smalls, Somerville High School, junior.
Ben Henson, Irma High School, and I'm going to Coastal Carolina University.
Taylor Chambers, Irma High School. I'm going to Wake Forest University. I'd like to give a special thanks to Ben Henson.
Taylor Henry, Blackwood High School, senior, punter, undecided where I'm going to do it.
My name is Malcolm Ford. I go to White Knoll High School, defensive back. And I've already signed with Liberty College. I'd like to thank my mom. I love you.
Quinn Jones, White Knoll, running back. Undecided, I'm a junior. Shout out to my mom, I love you. Julian Johnson, White Knoll High School, DN, going to University of Pineville, Kentucky. Shout out to my mom and dad, the whole White Knoll family, love you.
Kurt Robinson from Dorman, I signed with Furman. Just thanks to my parents, love you.
Brandon Pinckney, Dorman High School. I signed with Appalachian State. I want to shout out my mom and dad, Roy and Veronica Pinckney.
Samuel Bird, Spartanburg High School. I'm undecided. I just want to say I love you, Mom and Dad.
DeMarcus Means, Spartanburg High School. Going to be playing at University of Central Missouri next year. God bless everyone.
Zach Riggs, J.L. Mann High School. I'll be attending Clemson next year. And I want to say thanks to my family over there.
Christopher Sullivan, Lawton High School. Thank my parents, and I'm going to Charles Southern.
Noah Barker from Ashford High School, running back, committed to Newberry.
Division 1 4A All-State team, come on down. Division 2 4A All-State group, come on down. Division 2, that would be your Goose Creek Gator group, Greenwood High group, some outstanding players in this group. I'll have the clipboards up here in just a few minutes. Now, with the Division 2 4A group, please present yourself.
Mike Myers, Goose Creek High School. I'm attending East Carolina University.
Rodney Gator, Goose Creek High School, Lieutenant Lamar College.
Will Benson, sophomore, Carolina Forest High School.
Dalton Helms, junior, Nation 4 High School.
Monte Christian, North Augusta High School, senior, undecided.
Carter Collins, North Augusta High School. I'll be going to App State next year.
SG, senior, West Forest High School, undecided. Marquand Goodman, West Forest High School, sophomore.
Kevin Pearson, Southland High School, and I'll be attending UNC Charlotte.
My name is Bernard. I'll be going to Appalachian State. I just want to say thanks to all my family.
My name is Lee Wright. You'll come here from high school. I'll be attending Appalachian State next year.
Tavius Moore, Roberto, South Carolina. Junior.
Lorenzo Mathis from Greenwood High School, state champion. I'll be attending Charles Southern University.
Outstanding group of young men. I haven't really did a shout out yet. I thought was the best dressed player here today, but I'm going to be looking around. A lot of well-dressed young men. AAA, Southland High School Ohio State team, please present yourself.
Alex Waters, Greer High School. I signed with Charleston Southern earlier this month, and I'd like to thank my mom and dad, as well as my head coach, Coach Will Young.
Hunter Renfro, Stockton High School. Corey Weidrich, Hartsville High School State Champs.
Scott Phillips, I would like to thank my team, Hartsville, junior cornerback.
My name is Marvin Gibson, Lord Richmond, still on the side.
Tyona Fern, senior, AC4. I want to give a special thank to God that I'm still alive today.
Trey Rogers, senior, Hartsville High. I've signed with Tusculum University, and I'd just like to give that shout out to my parents and my coaching staff.
My name is Trey Gaddison, Hartsville High School. I signed with Coastal Carolina. I love you, Mom.
Trey Samuel, Hartsville State Champs. I'll be attending SC State. I'll give a shout out to my family.
Shaquan Lowry from Robert County High School. Thanks to my family.
My name is Marvin Moore. I'm a senior at Taylor High School.
Laurie Jacket, Green High School, undecided.
Adrian Dunn, Daniel High School. I'm going to be a Clemson Tiger. I love you, Mom and J-Mo.
Titus Gaines, wide receiver, Daniel High School. I love my family.
Jalen Oglesby. I'm a junior running back at Daniel High School. Go Tigers.
I'm Justin Miller. I'm the center at Daniel High School.
Rashard Wisdom, and I'm on the side.
Corey Thompson, Milton Honey High School. Shout out to my family, my friends, and I want to dedicate this award to Ben Jordan, who passed away.
Keenan Lewis, Bill Honey Path, T. Georgia Military College.
Tom Montgomery, junior quarterback from Blue Ridge High School.
Terrence Allen, Swansea High School, Newberry College.
Byron Johnson, Swansea High School. I'll be turning to the University of Furman.
Travis Lowe, junior running back, Swansea High School.
Robbie Brown, Swansea High School, undecided.
Devin Johnson, Swansea High School, junior. Jamarcus Henderson from Eaton County. I'm a junior and late Marcus.
Big group, again, County High School, on the side.
Javita Hammond, junior quarterback at Stronghold.
Aaron Cook, Stronghold High School.
Hakeem Brooks, Stronghold High School.
Montel Wells, Stronghold High School.
Hello, my name is Tabitha Johnson. I'm representing my son, Jadar Johnson of Orangeburg Wilkinson. He's an early enrollee at Clemson University.
Justin Davis, Wilson High School. That's out of South Carolina State University.
Keaton Burgess, Crestwell High School. I'm signed with North Carolina Central University.
And let's try down as a name we've seen in real history. Somebody probably said he was too small. So don't buy that. Just fire those recruiters. I promise you, are college football coaches. I said it right. Yeah, they make mistakes every day, and it bothers me. You know, seriously. Tickets are going to be $5,000 a piece one day if we don't have some moratorium on salaries. They're way out of hand, in my opinion. Who agrees with that? Who agrees with that?
Kendrick Baker, Central High School. Justin Fraser, senior, Atlantic Creek High School, outside of Limestone College.
Andre Ford, known as Double for Dillon State Champ.
Jordan Davis, Dillon High School senior, state champ. Brian Moore, committed to Newberry College. Hey, fam.
Sarah Grimsley, Dillon High School.
Zacchaeus Cannon, Carolina High School. I want to thank my mama, my daddy, my coaching staff for everything.
Levi Moody, sophomore running back at Lawrence High School. I'd like to thank my mom and God for making this day possible.
DeAndre Belton, junior quarterback, Baptist High School. I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, and my coach, and everybody support.
James, hold up, please, James. The first female to ever score a point in a state championship event ever in the history of the Southland High School League is right here, Tara Grimsley. You get the PAT as the Tara Grimsley. And I want Jackie, let you do a field goal next year, Tara. Congratulations. Please, represent 1AA All-State team.
Dexter Finch, Junior, Fairfield Central High School, senior, undecided. Shout out to my family and Fairfield Central.
Peter Esau, junior running back for David J. Keaton High School.
Deontay Petruso, sophomore, Columbia High School.
Taylor Sweat, senior at Lake Marion High School, and I'm undecided.
Devontae Doe, Regional Utica High School, junior.
Daniel Gordon, Wade Hampton, wide receiver DB, junior. I want to give a shout out to my coaches and my parents.
Dawson Davis, junior at Crescent High School.
Ian Williams, senior running back, Newberry High School.
John Reader, I attend Newberry High School. I'll be attending Newberry College next year.
Lawrence Kennedy, senior receiver at Newberry High School. I'll be attending Newberry College next year.
Tyrone Maxwell, quarterback for Edison High School. I'm undeclared, and I want to give a shout out to my mom, my dad, and my beautiful girlfriend.
Let's get our one number over, and I like that is our one number.
Drew Costa, Bishop England, undecided.
Griffey Lloyd, Bishop England High School, and I just signed with the Naval Academy.
Adam Dobbins, Bishop England, I signed with Wheaton College.
Reed Fosbury, Bishop England High School, I'm a junior.
Hudson Little, Bishop England, sophomore, offensive line.
Zach Richter, Bishop England, signed with North Greenville. Kevin Herbst, Bishop England High School, I signed with Brevard.
Vets High School, USC State.
South Carolina State.
Wandarius Fair, Henry James High School, junior wide receiver.
David Grant, Chesapeake High School.
Michael Barnett, defensive end, sophomore, Woodland High School.
Chuck Jackson, wide receiver, Chesapeake High School, junior.
Kendrick Bell, Chesapeake High School, senior running back, undecided.
Jared Fowler, Chesney High School.
Markel Hill, Chesney High School, committed to Coastal Carolina.
Michael Weaver, Woodland High School. I'm committed to South Carolina State.
Dylan Rivers, junior quarterback, Chesapeake High School, and I want to thank God and my family.
Warner Wyndham, Enter High School.
George Howell, outside linebacker, junior, Central High School.
Nicholas Holman, defensive back, Bamberg. I'd like to thank God. I'd like to thank my parents and Coach Kevin Crosby and Coach Corey.
Luke White, kicker and punter at Abbeville High School, two-time state champion.
Kelly Bryant, Abbeville High School, one-time state champion, sophomore.
Josh Martin, Abbeville High School, senior, two-time state champion.
And Michael Laster, Admin High School, senior, two-time state champion.
O'Brien Wilson, running back at Abbeville High School, two-time state champion. I just want to thank everybody who supported me so far.
Class A Skeezer All-State Team or Double A Group, however you came down in line. Would you please present yourself at this time?
I'm Ed Easton, sophomore at Beaver Academy.
I'm Akul Patel, and I'm from Williamsburg Academy, and I would like to thank my parents and my coach, David Rankin.
Forrest Richardson, Tom Sayer, guys.
Robbie Heathcott, junior at Williamsburg Academy.
Robbie?
A.T. Waters, junior at Palmetto Christian Academy.
Waters. You said Waters? I don't have you.
Ryan Rowe, junior at Palmetto Christian Academy.
Graham Blunt, senior, Palmetto Christian.
What? Here you go. Okay.
John Martin Price, senior, Dillon Christian School.
Price. Left is what? Price. Oh, I got that one, I think. Oh, John Michael Price.
Jason Clary, senior, Forest Christian. Love you, Mom. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. James.
You got it?
Gordon Washington, junior, class of 14, Forest Christian School.
I don't have that one.
Tyler Lairs, Northwood Academy, senior.
Trey Owen, senior, Northwood Academy.
Ward or don't have it.
Nicholas James Query, Kings Academy. I'd like to thank my mom, dad, papa, grandma, and coaches.
Dan Drake, senior, Northwood Academy.
Will Wood, Northwood Academy, sophomore quarterback.
Mario Williams.
She's got you over there.
Mario Williams, Hillhead Christian, repeat state champs. I want to play at Walker College.
Williams. Congratulations.
Brantley Gray, one-time state champion, one-time state runner-up. I'd like to thank my family and my girlfriend.
Caleb Lewis, sophomore quarterback, Hilton Christian Academy, repeat state champs. I'd like to thank my dad and Lord Jesus Christ.
Ray Chindell, Hilton Christian Academy, just signed a track scholarship to Clemson University.
Griffin Creekmore, Jr., Calhoun Academy.
Gordon Madison, senior, Falls Christian.
Flea Riley, Colton Prep, senior.
Jordan Weathers, Jr., Dorchester Academy. Stokes Brownlee, I'm the sophomore quarterback for Dorchester Academy. I'd like to give a shout out to my parents and my motivation, my older brother, Lance Brownlee.
William Campbell, Roberts School.
Caleb Brown, McFadden, Trainer Burns.
Chuck on base, senior, training back.
Michael Knox, junior quarterback, C.A. Johnson High School.
And let's give the SCISA 1A and AA All-State teams a very well-deserved round of applause. All right? Just ran over people. You know, if somebody says somebody's too small, they need to go watch tape on Ryan Day run through people. But Ryan Day is Mr. SCISA football. And who's here for Jamel Terry?
Mr. Mine.
Do what?
Mr. Mine.
Mr. was greatly influenced by a kid named A.J. Green at Somerville. Tramel Terry at Georgia. Give him his award, Tramel. Just don't beat the Gamecocks. Good luck at Georgia, Tramel. The one McConaughey, Tramel Terry. Thank you very much. Please, you to get that. And so, this is middle school. Unbelievable. Great job, Brian. Great suggestions. Tips, please present yourself.
Trey Samuel, Arts, LB2, NC State.
Right now. All right.
Jalen Oakley, junior running back at Kent High School, and I'm committed to play at the University of Clemson.
Devontae Shepard, Cross High, junior, state champ.
Keenan Gilbert, outside linebacker, signed to Appalachian State University.
Right now.
Keith Smith, quarterback for Union County High School. Zeke Gradney, Southmore High School, junior, retired.
Adrian Pekinson, McCormick High School.
Darius Prop, Chesney High School.
Griffey Lloyd, Richmond High School, And I'm also here representing D'Angelo Stevenson, 2A, Division 2 Player of the Year, who just signed the Towson.
Demetrius Anthony, Christchurch High School. Akeem Peoples, Lamar High School.
Raheem McDaniel, Fairfield Central High School.
EJ Jones, Ren High School.
Sale, Johnsonville High School.
Derek Olenchuk, Junior, Dutch Fork High School.
We're going to let the Skeeza AAA team go first, and Kevin Kager is going to introduce you to 3 strongest kids in high school football. Pound for pound, the 3 strongest kids in the state. Okay, will the AAA Skeeza team present itself? And all you tight end fans pay particularly close attention to Cannon Smith, NFL prototype look when he comes through. 4.7 in the 40, catches the ball well, also blocks well. Prototype tight end. Will the Skeeza AAA team please present yourself?
Sean Myers, and the school running back. I'd like to thank God and my family.
Marshawn Taylor, CN, Lawrence Banquet.
Reeves Conley, Mark Pro linebacker.
Phillips Marshall, Junior, offensive line.
Deshaun Conley.
Cannon Smith, Junior at Hammond, committed to Clemson Tigers.
Marshall.
Gabe Brander, Heathwood, signed with Duke. Jacob August, Cardinal Newman, undecided.
Cannon. Brander. Gabe.
Cole Bacon, Cardinal Newman. I'd like to thank my parents for everything they've done for me.
Terry Coles, Gus Christian. Love you, Mom and Dad.
Gage Gilbert, Gus Christian, state champs.
And let's give the AAA All-State team a very well-deserved hand. And now, in high school football, as measured by the South Carolina Strength Association, pound for pound, take it away, and with the 3 honorees, please.
I'm wondering if Kendall Joseph of BHP is here. Before I let these guys introduce themselves, something's got to be said about Tyon Green, who's already been up here, and his family knows I'm about to say this. He went through a tragedy this year, and we talk about kids being good kids. And because of that tragedy, his strength coach offered to take him out to eat and to take him home. The young man's response was, "No thanks, coach, I'm going to go to church." And what a good kid he is. One of his 8th grade teachers is here, Miss Lytle. If you'll stand up and be recognized, I think that kind of shows what kind of kid he is, so give him a hand before he gets up here. I think that was a lot more important to say. In a nutshell, these guys are up here because they did something pretty hard. Number one, they won our state strength meet, and there's only 11 winners. And then in the following school year, they had to have an all-region or all-state type of year, which is not an easy thing to do. So I'll let them introduce themselves at this time. Thank you.
Aaron Manago, West Ashley High School.
Y'all Green, Senior, AC4.
Column, statewide coach of the year, Jeff Calabrese, on down. Let's go ahead and conclude with our sport of awards in the first columns, starting with Jeff Calabrese, Hartsville Outstanding Coach. I will tell you this, I often drive by high school football practices, sometimes get out the car, sometimes I don't. The day that I got out of the car, I was watching Hartsville High practice early September, and the coach of Hartsville High School was doing the kicking drills and running down the field like a wild Comanche Indian, trying to make the tackle with no pads on. That's the crazy coach of Hartsville High School, but he got a great special teams group doing that. I observed that, Jeff. I don't know if that's safe to do or not, but you led your team. So this time with the 2012, the other half of the superlative group, would you please present yourself and state your award that you're getting?
Jeff Calabrese, Hartsville High School, and Billy, you weren't supposed to share that story. But I'm a statewide coach here, and I'd like to thank our players.
Sean Wright, Cross High School, Class A, Division II, state champs.
Tim Renfro, Soxie High, 3A.
Kyle Richardson, Northwestern High School. Don Frost, Christ Church, back-to-back state champions.
Ken Ray again representing Gene Cathcart, Greenwood High School, the 4A Division II Coach of the Year.
Tommy Lewis, Hilton Head Christian Academy, Skeezer.
Jonathan Mark, Bible Baptist, Skeezer 1A.
If everyone could just hang on a few more minutes, we're rounding third base looking at home plate here. With the 2012 South Carolina High School League, Division 1A All-State Football Team. Come on down, all you warriors of Friday night in Class 1A. Division 1 Class A, please present yourself.
Alex Conner, Christ Church High School.
Joshua Jackson, Christ Church High School.
Malcolm Means, Louisville High School. I signed in 6th grade.
Quay Wall, senior, Louisville High School.
Justin Cooper, Louisville High School, undecided. I want to thank God, my parents, and my coaching staff at Louisville. Thank you.
John Walker, Jr., Southside Christian.
Cody Voss, Junior Wide Receiver, Southside Christian.
Devontae Delaney, Wellbank High School, South Citadel.
Taylor Hearn, Wilson High School Junior, committed to Clemson University.
Jared Jenkins, sophomore running back for the Young High School.
Trey Bullock, Lamar High School.
Miles Poole, Lamar High School.
Johnny Bird, St. John's High School. Shout out to my mama. I love you. Signed with no Greenville University.
Jackson Bolin, Junior Punter, Westfield High School. Thank you to God, my family, Coach Bass.
Wilson Jordan, senior, Westfield High School, wide receiver. Signed with Newberry College. I want to thank God. Shout out to my moms and dad.
D'Angelo Fraser, Junior, Baptist High School.
Cody Holmes, Junior, Baptist High School.
Brandon Jordan, Junior, running back, Fairfax High School.
Taylor Wilson, sophomore, Williamsburg Academy.
Carol Godley, Wayhaven High School, senior, and committed to play softball at Columbia College.
Archelius Williams, Joshua High School, defensive end. Jeff Timmons, senior, Johnsonville High School.
Davey Anderson, Johnsonville, defensive end.
Eric Hampton, Johnson High School, and I signed with St.
Speak up, boy.
Eric Hampton, Johnson High School, and I signed with St. Augustine.
We still in here.
Michael Knox here, Johnson High School.
And that concludes the Class A Division 1. Let's give them a round of applause. And the Division Class A All-State team, please present yourself.
Chancellor Kirkland, I'm a junior. I attend Demarcola High School, and I want to give a special thanks to my parents and God.
Kenneth Butler, sophomore, and I attend Demarcola High School.
Barbara Goldman, Demarcola, undecided, Big Mom.
Xavier Reed, Demarcola, shout out to my parents, and I'm a junior. Robert Halls, South High School, state champs.
Demonte Evans, junior, Cross High, state champ. Lee Gooding, senior, Cross High School, state champ. Demonte Evans, junior, Cross High, state champ.
Olin Pinkley, senior, Cross Eye state champs.
Danny Dang, Timmonsville High School, undecided.
Taylor Thompson, senior, PC High School.
Kenneth Garner from Corman High School. I want to thank my mother, father, and the chief committee. Say Morty, senior from Corman High School. Justin Harper, Corman High School, senior.
Adrian Peterson, Corman High School. Jalen Cook, defensive back, Corman High School, signed to Limestone College. Jay Weaver, Corman High School, quarterback, junior. Xavier Brown, Corman High School. Robert Scrolling, quarterback and defensive back, junior, Western High School. R.J. Tyler, tight end, defensive end, junior, Western High School.
Let's give the Class A team a hand. Real quick. The top line of prospect group plus the all-rookie group, the future great players of our state, please present yourself as one large group.
Tyler Robertson, Augusta Christian. I'm committed to play for UT Chattanooga.
Dylan Steele, I play for the undefeated Goose Creek Gators. I want to thank my mom, my dad, my little brother, the whole coaching staff, and the Gator Nation at large. I love you.
My name is Chuck Rouse, and I'm from Wando High School, and I just signed to Wofford College.
Will Reinke, Christchurch High School.
Asamitsu Ishibashi, Goose Creek High, undecided.
Noah Schuler, Stratford High School.
Lawton Fosbury, Michigan High School, back-to-back state champs.
Douglas Dwight, sophomore at Northwood Academy.
Christian Bruce, I'm a freshman at Wilson High School. I want to give thanks to my mom and all my coaching staff, and I love you guys.
Harold at St. Carolina Forest High School. I'm signed to play with South Carolina State University, and I'd like to thank my family and God.
Obedience Yasaway from Ridgeview High School, played DN. Want to thank my dad, my mom, coaches, and you, Mr. Billy, for
appreciate everything. And I'm going to Presbyterian College.
Yes, sir.
I'm basically Willie from Richland Northeast High School, and I'm undecided.
Kobe Whitley, Andrew Jackson High School, quarterback.
Stephen Davis, freshman, Judgeport High School. Zach Evans, Southmont High School. I just want to give all the glory to God.
Bryce Allison for Johnson High School, senior athlete.
Shaquille Crouch, sophomore, Johnson High School.
Alex Smith, sophomore, Johnson High School.
Touchdown Alex, linesman, catch, sophomore, running back.
Jason Cooker, Florence Christian School, sophomore, linebacker.
My name is DJ Johnson, senior, Pleasant High School. I want to give a shout out to my parents.
London Johnson, class of 2015 quarterback. I want to give a special shout out to my mom, my fam, and a special shout out to my community, Marlboro County.
My name is Dariel Mack. I'm from Marlboro County. I just signed with North Carolina A&T. And I want to give a shout out to my mama and my girlfriend, Young. Terrence Wilson, base player in Leesville, running back. Give a shout out to my mom, my grandma, my two coaches, and Miss Marguerite.
I'm Barry Easter, sophomore at Williamsburg Academy.
Ford, sophomore wide receiver at Williamsburg Academy.
Bradford Allison, running back, Lamar High School.
Evan Rapin, sophomore at the Kings Academy.
Alexander, sophomore, Florence Christian.
Raquan Jordan, Scotland High School, tight end. Roger Williams, sophomore at Lawrence High School.
Jake Henderson from Willingham High School, undecided.
Quiet in the room, please. Quiet in the room when they announce themselves.
Roman Jackson for Wayhampton High School.
Brian Davis, 2015 prospect, 84 High School.
Sam Felton, I'm from Wilson High School, signed to play at San Augustine University.
Daniel Thompson, Bowling Springs High School, just looking forward to see what God can do through my life. God bless.
Brandon Short, PHP, signed Tufts University.
Clay Mason, Newport High School, signed with Limestone College.
Albert Huggins, Oscar Wilson High School, had 3 offers to USC, Clemson, and Florida. And I want to give a shout out to my mom and dad and Miss McDonald.
Trey McFarland, running back, DL, Chesapeake High School. Want to thank my Uncle John and Coach Irie for kicking my tail, keeping me straight.
Lauren Edmond, High School School freshman.
Tank Bodine, freshman at Thomas Herron Academy.
Kendrick Worley, Lakeview High School, running back.
Zach Bailey, Somerville High School, left guard.
Carl, High School first quarterback, state champ.
Running back, Levi Buffer from Red High School.
Desmond Anderson, running back, Broome High School.
Trey Carr, sophomore running back, Banquet High School.
Daniel Clark, freshman quarterback out of Benton High School.
Clark, Hilton Christian Academy.
Dan Frazier, sophomore, Banquet High. Adam Hallhorn, sophomore, Lawrenceburg High School. Hamilton Reinhardt, Hammond School, sophomore.
Tyler Davis, sophomore, Waccamaw High School.
Tyler Go, sophomore, Stacy Flow.
Vernon Murray, senior running back, Ashley Ridge, undecided.
Will Ward, freshman, Alabama High School.
Yeah, Shavaka, sophomore for Emerald High School.
Raekwon Bennett, sophomore running back, Main High School.
Tamora Scopes, sophomore, Fairfield High School. DJ Greenlee, senior linebacker, Simon Cliff University. I just want to thank everybody at that table back there. I love y'all.
Andy McCall, sophomore quarterback, Daniel High School.
Brad Macarello, junior, Hilton Christian.
Jamar Campbell, junior, Bible Baptist.
Michael Thomas, Westport High School, undecided.
David Jiggers, West Lawrence High School.
Justin Bridges Thompson, Spartanburg, South Carolina. Team USA, Sound, UNC Charlotte. Shout out to Spartanburg over there.
And was that my last player? Now, don't anybody leave. Has anybody not been honored? And I mean this sincerely. Is there anybody that we missed? Come forward now if you got missed. How about from the class of 64? Anybody get missed from the class of 64? Okay. If you could take an award or two home with you from an armory that was not here, we have boxes around the tables. On behalf of Coach Jamie Chadwell, the Robertson family down in LA, I thank y'all for coming. Mr. Rouse, we thank you for coming. May Ronald number 74 rest in peace. Everybody, drive careful. Go South Carolina.